I hope everyone's doing well. Ooh. There we go. Hello? Hello? Ooh, Discord's being a little funky, huh? Let me take a look at that really quickly. Boop. Am I? Okay. I guess I am not lighting up? Uh-oh. Let me take a look at this one here. Ooh. Oh! Oopsie! Oopsie, I have disconnected. Maybe let me do this. Maybe this is a little better. There we go! Hello, everyone! How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. Gonna turn off my headphones real quick. Okay. So my thing was being a little weird because I left my headphones on, my wireless headphones, so it was trying to detect audio output from there. But yeah. But today we'll be working on the last part of case 2, and we'll be going to trials. So I guess we'll find out what happened. It looks like Loot at Me is not completely out of the clear yet. You know, like, the events of yesterday makes me kind of think that he's also using, like, the larceny as a cover for murder. Like, it seemed like, you know, Ron was like, oh yeah, I was stealing, but then he was actually in the place where the murder took place. But, you know, Admi seemed a little bit too excited to be, like, found guilty for the theft. So I'm thinking maybe Admi pulled some strings here and there, and he was actually the one who committed the murder. Because we did see his silhouette in the CEO guy's office, so I think there's more to Luke Admi's case than we think. And it seems like, it seems like Ron is getting detailed plans on how to steal, like, the priceless artifacts from someone, and we're not quite sure who that is just yet. So I guess we'll take a look at the evidence and we'll find out during the case. But yeah! Oh, hello, Zarf! How are you? Thanks for stopping by today! How are you? Oh, you have a new username! Doggo! Hello! I hope you're doing well! Hi, it is I, Stormy. Been a while since I've been here. Hello, Stormy! How are you? Thanks for stopping by today! How are you? How have you been? Hello, Alpha! How are you? Thanks for stopping by today! How are you? Hello, Megan! How are you? Thanks for stopping by today too! How are you? I am here! Yippee! Just right on time! Mr. Chiropractor is here! Hello, Crunchy! How are you? Thanks for stopping by today! How are you? We were that at the time until Godot revealed there's another murder case at the same time. Yeah! You know, I think it's like super duper suspicious that Luke at me was like, ha ha ha, yeah, you got me, you know? Because normally when you try to accuse a witness, they're like, yeah, but where's your evidence, you know? Like, I wasn't there, I didn't do it, but then he was like, oh ho, yeah, you got me. I created the thief persona to amuse myself. I am a silly clown. And I was like, I hope I get some points soon to give you another stretch. Realigning my spine. Thank you, Crunchy. I mean, I never liked him, right? Because I saw him and I was like, I don't know, chat. I'm like profiling, but he doesn't seem very trustworthy. He doesn't seem like a nice guy. And we were right. He's not a nice guy. Okay, I'm gonna start on this one. Alright, October 14, 9:41 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 4. Hey, Nick! What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial! I guess bro had a lot of connections. A lot of friends being a CEO. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door! Oh, I guess bro doesn't have any friends. Next door? What's going on there? Oh, shoot! This is the first time there's a trial with a guy we know right next door. So are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we drag Detective Atme out from the other room next door later in the case because he has like a really big role in our current case. Like, we're gonna drag him because Ron is innocent, 100%. Why didn't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atme's trial today. Detective Atme? They say they're going to try him as Mask to Mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Mask to Mask trial. I know. Oh, that is so ominous in red! Who is this mysterious person talking in red? By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Oh? Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Are we just like ignoring the mysterious red text? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please don't ignore me, y'all! I was like, is that Ron? Ron in the back? Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning. No one likes me. Oh, your wife likes you. You're a married man. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No! No! Ron, wait. Ron, murder is very serious. I know you were trying really hard to prove that you were Mask to Mask, like, last time, but, like, I don't think you want to be the murderer this time around. Ron, we're not doing this time. You're gonna get in big trouble. No. I'm just a poor thief. No, wait. That's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Now, let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a set of plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heist. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. It's the last day! Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. Until Godot revealed there's another murder case, I hope it gets something. I mean, never really. I played this game before, so I know, but I won't say anything. Ooh, I wonder if I'm guessing right. Hello, Gisum. How are you? Thanks for stopping by today. How are you? The red text was him. It was his intrusive thoughts. Maybe that's the boldness that his wife saw in him. The red text. Yeah, not the murder. It's the coffee man. Judge is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready. Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. Oh, he's got the judge in the palm of his hand, yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. He's like, so he dodged the draft? I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. Huh, then you will need to get out more, Your Honor. Go touch some grass, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. You know what just occurred to me? This guy named his security company after himself. The KB in KB Security stands for Kane Bullard. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball.
That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godot, please call your first witness.
Sip.
I never drink more than...
Sir? I'm pretty sure you'd die if you drank 17 cups of coffee during a trial. How many, like, milligrams of caffeine can you actually have a day? Let me look this up. How many milligrams of caffeine in a day versus cup of coffee? So, U.S. Food and Drug Administration. For most adults, the FDA has cited 400 milligrams a day. That's about 2 or 3 12 fluid ounce cups of coffee as an amount not generally associated with negative effects. Up to 400 milligrams of caffeine is safe. But but what is the cap? Like, if 400 is safe, what is the amount that you have to drink for, like, serious health effects? The lethal dose of caffeine varies depending on factors such as individual sensitivity. 10,000 milligrams! Let me do some math. Oh my gosh, how many cups of coffee can Godot actually drink before... Okay, so he's actually... If this information is correct, I think he's still okay. 400 by 17? You think he gets, like... Do you think he starts shaking? Like, when... in his breakdown? He's like, oh no, the 17 cups of coffee are getting to me! Coffee! Hello, Sketch, how are you? Thanks for stopping by today. How are you doing? He's just made a coffee, you know, like... You know that one meme where it's like, oh, you know... What percent of me is, like, water? But, like, for Godot, it's like 99% of him is just coffee. Like, I don't think bro has blood. It's just coffee running through, like, his circulatory system. Glug glug! I have no idea. It's because someone keeps giving him hydrate routines. It's like waterboarding for your favorite streamer, but, like, coffee boarding. Caffeine boarding. Can you imagine Godot as a streamer, actually? Like, oh, thanks, chat, for the caffeine redeem. This is a Godot special blend number 108. It's like, Mr. Godot streamer, sir? Isn't that your 17th cup of coffee? Yeah, and... He shakes so much it's invisible to the naked eye. He shakes so quickly, like, we just can't perceive it, honestly. Not perceptible, but most cameras gonna need a 4K refresh rate. You know, maybe we gotta ask, like, KD Security for the new and latest video camera security technology. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial, but the first one, it's always the best. Mr. Godot, you're in this? Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? Yeah, I do! Can you share some of that caffeine with me?
It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but... I remember when Mia was defending me, she allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. Do we want to trust Ron? We have no obligations, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Ha! You've got guts, tried. All right then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand.
He would have been the most popular streamer. Can you imagine having, like, face cam on and then, like, everyone is, like, keeping track? Like, he has, like, a little thing on his overlay where it's, like, number of coffees, like, number of coffees consumed
this current stream, and then every single time someone does like a redeem or something, it goes up by 1. He does like a coffee challenge and see how long he stays awake. You did it, didn't you? Hey, you can't just ask the bro that! He's badgering! He's badgering my client! You did it, didn't you? You know, Mia was right to trust little Feeny. I don't know if Phoenix was right to trust little Ron? Bro, you're gonna get locked up. No, that's not true. For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever.
Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making.
Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his coffin. Ha, very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to the KB security?
Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home.
Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened.
Try it like the ensign or something from Fish?
Oh, is that what it references? Phoenix is a fish? Is something Badger was my Badger? Oh no, not him again! Dun 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 dun. Did I mention his name on purpose? You know those memes where it's like, it's somebody's like trying to exorcise a demon? That's like us with the blue badger.
That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
You know what's the craziest thing? The fact that, like, he doesn't work there anymore, but he still has a key card. Like, normally when you quit a job, won't they be like, you know, like, we're taking that key card. You can't go into the CEO's office anymore. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Ha, it's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. You know, wouldn't it be funny if Godot was actually, like, a very, like, sugary coffee drink kind of guy, but just for the vibes, he drinks it, like, no sugar, no creamer, just black coffee. That's why he drinks it so fast. He's not actually enjoying it. Like, it's just so bitter. He's like, I gotta get it in my system. Who? Yeah, I don't know who he is. Yeah, that's unraveling my brain. How does he have the cool cards? Right! Because, like, isn't it kind of like a hazard to let your, like, fired employees still keep their key card that allows them access into, like, the most important guy in the company's office? Maybe KB Security's, like, firing protocol isn't super well thought out. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please.
My visit to KB Security. That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also a bit.
1 a.m., that's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct? It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. It ordered you there?
It was the first time I've gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere.
Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then?
Oh, of course, then.
Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say anymore. Now, what should I do? So, what did the blackmail letter in question say?
It said to bring $50,000.
Money, eh? Perfect motive for committed murder.
Oh, wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway.
Oh, is that right?
After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of.
An important point indeed.
You think somebody who sent the blackmail
letter got confused between, like, Ron and Atney. Because we know Atney dressed up and had the outfit of Nasty Mask. Because it was like, if you don't want anyone finding out that secret, bring $50,000 and I'll take that red diamond. But I don't think Ron ever received a red diamond. But we do know that Luke Atney got rewarded for bringing back one of the treasures that Master Math stole. So, Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha! A muddy mudskipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. Blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? Blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask to mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Jessie believes in me. Aww! So that's why Miss Delight didn't believe you was Master Mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. Security chief, you? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge. Perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. I'm curious why he was fired, though, but I feel like that would hurt his case. What did you do after being fired from KB Security? Spent a lot of time looking for work. Then I decided I wanted to start something myself. Oh no, he became a freelancer? Yeah, I started freelancing in thievery. Not good. This is going from bad to worse. So I started looking at books, TVs, and movies, learning all I could about masked men. Masked men? You wanted to try drawing a comic, right? About masked men? No, that's not right. Your Honor, let's move on, shall we? This isn't relevant. But you asked the question. You're being quite odd today, Mr. Wright. Way to bring the spinning buzzsaw one notch closer to your own neck, Police Attorney. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. We'd better be careful. But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah. Not like his case isn't hard enough already, right? Like the timing? And the fact that the guy died at that time, the case is not looking good for him. Good morning. Hello, Spooky. How are you? Thanks for stopping by today. How are you? I think your Godot voice is bleeding over to Phoenix's inner thoughts. Getting too used to the Godot voice. I gotta lighten up Phoenix's voice a little bit. I am a little curious though, like why he got fired. But I feel like that would hurt his case, you know? But like, I'm also curious, so maybe I'll ask. Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well... The world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Jessie loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I still dated for the... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, Ron! That does not look good! KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was the security team chief, I stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately. What? I wish I never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that.
He sure told you.
So, you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct?
I hope we don't get points docked, because I did that just because I was curious, but I'm sure that did not look good for Ron. Yes, I'm sorry.
This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse, crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster.
I am a little curious, though. What if it seems like it's bad, but there's a silver lining to it? I guess we'll press and we'll see. Well, it's done for. Been nice working with y'all. Don't worry, you can tell if you made a mistake. Oh, they'll make it really obvious? Okay, thank you, Jisum. Because I was like, there's gotta be something I can get from that statement. Because asking about how life was didn't really give us anything useful. But this added a new statement, which makes me wonder. Now we have 2 new statements, so we have to find out which one is the one we have to press on. Usually it's the new statements that are important. You fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that.
Why would you do something like that?
Well, for Desi's hobby, what else?
Wasting money, huh?
It's not a waste! So, Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other.
I can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright.
There wasn't much in his testimony, was there?
Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. We'd better be careful.
But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth.
So the last statement wasn't super helpful on its own? He fired him for selling the company's secrets, but his wife doesn't know, and he did it because he wanted to fund her lifestyle. Okay, let's see what pieces of evidence we have. We have the box, the paint marks, the sacred urn, which do not correlate to what we're discussing right now. We have Ron's testimony that he was getting, like, detailed plans for his previous heist. We have the 102 buzzer, the list of stuff that was stolen, which is really suspicious. So he's not working under Bullard, like, selling these things. So this could also be like an inventory of like the prices of things that were stolen, because each time he failed to catch the mask, it took a toll on his company's image. So that hurt a little bit. CEO office buzzer, that doesn't correlate right now. This seems not correlated right now either. We have the autopsy report. Interesting. Okay. I don't think anything really stands out to me right now, so I'm gonna go through the testimony again, and I'm gonna see if there's anything that really stands out. 1 a.m. is a bit of a rough timing. He got a blackmail letter that told him to go. It didn't scare him, but he still went.
Objection!
Cause...
Oh shoot, this is a new one! I'm afraid that reason isn't going to hold up anymore. What do you mean? The victim had no proof the defendant was Master Mask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier.
But that was all over once I was fired. But it is true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now, a whole year later.
Is that really true?
What is it, Nick? The fact that Ron was stealing company
Data, I wonder if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge.
I mean, yeah, it'd be hard to get a job again. I think it would be a problem. Let me think this through, though, because if he had a problem with it getting out, then... yeah, then the KV security guy, the CEO, would have had some dirt on him. So it would have incentivized him to go with the $50,000, because Ron is claiming right now that Kane has nothing on him. So if Kane had nothing on him, why would he go to his office at 1 a.m. to just visit him? You know, it doesn't make sense to just casually go visit your boss. Like, any person that, you know, if you truly were confident that Kane had nothing on you, you would just be like, oh, that's kind of weird. I'm gonna go to sleep, you know? So I think it has to. I mean, how do you get a job after that?
Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public. And also, his wife does not particularly like thieves very much, and she would know that he was fired. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do by bullying your own client? Ha! Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Oh man. Yes, now come on, provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing secret from going public?
This is after. Because then he got fired and he started phantom thieving. Think carefully? Is it more difficult than it seems? Yes, of course it would. Company data storm's a long-term big offense. Yeah, bro would go to jail. Honestly, I think it's his wife. Because he loves his wife, and his wife hates criminals and cowards more than anything. So, if he was doing data stealing, and they have evidence, he would go to jail, and his wife would leave him. And he wouldn't want his wife to leave him because he loves his wife. Is it really that? Because, like, okay, these three are, like, sacred urn related, and we're not discussing that right now. The testimony about the second heist doesn't correlate. The buzzer doesn't correlate. Kane's list doesn't correlate. The buzzer also doesn't. The first heist is after he got fired, and then that's how he died, and then this stuff is before, so it doesn't correlate. I genuinely think it's his wife. I think he just doesn't want to disappoint his wife, honestly. I feel like that's the most clear answer. Okay, I'm close my eyes. I'm gonna choose his wife.
Take that!
Yes! Is it his wife? Is it his wife?
Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday.
Huh? What doesn't?
I think you must have been very scared of having a certain person find out your secret.
Gulp.
A certain someone? Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Oh, Godot. Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Oh, no, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you will be sorry. I wonder who's truly more Delulu, Ron thinking he's Damask, or Desi for not divorcing him. Maybe that's why they're still together, because they're both Delulu. You did it! Yes, that's correct! Yay! Music goes quiet like this, you should know the answer to that. It means we're right! Yippee! Was there once, I felt like there was like once where the music stopped for a bit and then they deducted points after. Or maybe I'm misremembering. If I'm misremembering, that's good. Because I'm always like not sure until they actually like go a little bit farther and then I'm like, okay, we're good now. I think it's
Desiree pronunciation. Oh, is it? That does make a lot more sense. Thank you, Spooky.
Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far.
What do you think, Vic?
I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Well, I mean, you were like physically whipped in 20 minutes in Justice for All. Clearly, there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears.
Man, it's not looking good for this guy. Not looking good. Good question. Have you played the Great Ace Attorney before? I have! It was actually my first Ace Attorney game. I liked it a lot. I had a lot of fun with it. I didn't finish the 5th case, though, because it was such a good game, I didn't want it to end. But I finished up until the 5th case of the 2nd game, because the Great Ace Attorney has 2 games built into 1. But I do plan on replaying it sometime in the future, because I really, really liked it. I actually played the Great Ace Attorney, like, I think it was that paired with Legends Arceus were like the 2 games that I played right before I started streaming, so they didn't make the cutoff, unfortunately. But yeah, those are the 2 games that I played just before I started streaming. Never mind, really, is Chili the most aloof for not letting a game end? It was such a good game! Like if I finish the 5th case, it means it's like over, you know? So like, if I don't finish the 5th case, it's technically not over. The Great Ace Attorney experience is not over just yet. but if I play it on stream, I'll definitely finish it. I want to play it again. If you ever see, like, me try to take a screenshot on my Switch, and you're like, huh, why is storage full? Storage is full because Aurelia took a lot of pictures of her favorite character in the Great Ace Attorney. Like, little videos of each unique little animation. Pretty much everything my favorite character said. So, yeah, that's why I don't have storage. And the criminals that keep on being criminals for shame. Yes, Mage. I remember during your time playing Fire Emblem Engage. Yeah, Fire Emblem Engage! I remember trying to do that one, like, bridge level. And yeah, I don't think I ever want to do those battles anymore. The ones where they have, like, the gold and silver enemies and they're, like, extra powerful. That was not fun playing on Hard Classic. And also that, like, the one cathedral that was, like, all dark, that was not a fun level. For storage. Yeah, it was difficult! I had to go through and, like, delete some stuff from, like, Animal Crossing, I think, just to make enough room for, like, the Fire Emblem Engage CGs. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Did you play the Greatest Attorney? Did you like it? Yeah, that suspiciously looks a lot like At Me, guys. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there dead.
I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony.
Yeah, he knows a little bit too much. He was the murderer, actually.
He said that Master Mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Atme turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Ha! No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that.
What if he was in 2 places? Like, what if we find out later there was, like, a 20-minute gap between these 2 events? And then, like, Atme just, like, killed the guy and then went over to steal, like, the urn to create, like, a different alibi for himself? And he, like, sent the letter because he knows that Ron is the real Damask. So, like, I don't know, maybe he was like, hey, and then Ron was like, oh no, and then he went back so that he could accuse Ron of murder instead. I've never gotten the near migraines you gave me of a detective you deployed. Shout out to Amber for those great crits. Saved my life for real. What are you saying? I really was attacked.
We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Caught that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. At the CEO's office. Honestly, though, I really do want to replay The Great Ace Attorney again. I'm wondering how much more time I should give myself. I played the year it was launched. Like, the year it was like, the localized version of the game came out. I forgot what year that was. Was that like 21? Was that 2021? I don't remember. But it is 2025 now, so it might be time to play again. Stop calling me fish enzymes. I'm not a fish enzyme. I'm an ace attorney. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Who was the suspicious shadow? If there were 1,000 of me, and if even one me knew, I tell you, trust me. His dodging all our questions is not helping us win this case. Okay, then how was the victim, Mr. Bullard, at that time? What do you mean, how was he? Was he already dead, or was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it. I was hit on the forehead. I checked trypsin. It's called trypsin. Oh, I recognize trypsin! I guess Trite's referring to little, right? Overused and consequently of little import, lacking originality. So he's calling us an NPC? Your forehead? Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Yeah, that at me special, right? Right? Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like you said, it was a fast and powerful hit. So I think I was a little dazed for a little while. I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were saying. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. That? Could you please clarify what you were referring to? Why, my Master Mask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. Nasty Mask? Did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Master Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me about it. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. I guess this guy is full of surprises. It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind? Ha, my 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. Well, you got 9 more you can drink throughout this case, Mr. Godot. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Master Mask costume. Why were you dressed up as Master Mask? Why, because of Master Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Master Mask's trial is being held next door. Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Master Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. And that's why it took a lot longer than I'd expected. Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body. Wait! So if his cape got caught on the door...
He was not lying about how his brooch was ripped off because it got caught in the door. So there is some truth in what he said last time.
What was that? Back up a second.
Yes?
You were the one that hid the body in the safe?
Well, yeah.
Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look.
His metaphor this time was really obscure.
Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business? Do you?
What safe business? Never heard about it.
Well, yes. Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Oh, looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair weather, Judge. When you came to?
Yes, I was passed out in the corner of the room.
Do you know when your assailant made their escape into where?
I'm afraid I don't really remember.
Huh?
Once they hit me, I lost all track of what was going on. I think that's when they made their escape.
Ha, that's certainly a convenient story for you, isn't it? Certainly is, isn't it, Mr. Wright? Almost sounds practiced. I don't know why you're telling me. Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway?
Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer. This does not make you look any less suspicious, sir.
That's not exactly what I meant.
When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it.
Ha! I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. That certainly makes more sense. Hold on. 10 minutes? Yeah! 10 minutes is,
What is it, Nick?
I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body and spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Yeah, you'd want to run.
Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh! Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances are?
That's right. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence.
We heard this from Mr. Delay yesterday, didn't we?
There's not much in his testimony either.
I bet you he's still hiding something.
Wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him.
Just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated. Is the judge ever in the loop? I don't think so. I think even if we try to keep him in the loop, he'd forgore. It took about 10 minutes. Little suspicious.
You telling me nobody heard the buzzer? Nobody came? Larry? You wouldn't. You wouldn't spend 10 whole minutes either. Suspicious.
Let me focus on the wording for that one again. This is a very important statement. It took him 10 minutes to hide the body. And normally, if it takes you 10 minutes, you wouldn't even try to hide the body.
like a really waste of time because in 10 minutes somebody could like find you. This is also a new statement. I'd be killed if I hadn't been wearing my Mouse to Mouse costume. Took about 10 minutes. Let me go back to this statement. One thing's for certain, doing this case is not a delight. There's a lot going on. I'm Damask. And I went to the safe and I dressed up as him. And he was lying there dead. Then I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. The weird part is there are no fingerprints on the buzzer. I don't remember if this guy was wearing gloves or not. Because it did go off, but there are no fingerprints. So it's like somebody pressed it. You know who wouldn't have fingerprints? At me wouldn't. I think I know, but I'm gonna review all of these again. The first one is not very helpful. Somebody hit him in the forehead. A fast and powerful hit, so he was dazed. And then he would have been killed if he wasn't wearing the protective mask. He went as the mask to hide his identity. Then when he came to, he was passed out in the corner. He doesn't know anything about the assailant. Yeah, it's the 10 minutes, the 10 minutes. I panicked and hit the body in the safe, and it took him about 10 minutes. Yeah, I think it has something to do with the buzzer. Under those circumstances. If there was a buzzer going off at that time, why would you try to hide the body and take 10 minutes if you know security's like gonna come after you? It wouldn't make sense. So we got two that are buzzer related. We got the CO office buzzer, but I feel like the no fingerprints on it are significant. The buzzer record is a little bit more solid because it says it went off at 1:02. So under the circumstances where it like went off, like, and we know that it makes a really, really loud sound because Maya activated it and it was like, where. So then it was like, wait a second. Yeah, honestly, I think it's the buzzer. Now, would they like the CO office buzzer or would they like the buzzer record? Because the buzzer is like, yeah, the buzzer was going off. But I feel like the line there were no fingerprints on it is a little bit significant. Buzzer record tells you when it goes off. So it did in fact go off. But that's like the record, so maybe the buzzer is more direct and then afterwards we follow up with the record? Because I'm wondering if I'll need to present this one again later because there's no fingerprints. But I feel like presenting the buzzer is more solid and then presenting the record afterwards. So I think I'll press the office buzzer. The buzzer seems sad. Okay, I'll press this one. Okay, cool. So the record comes after. Oh, so the record would have worked too. Oh, cool. Okay. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? I guess this is one of the ones where it's like either or works. The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. What? If Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, security guard could be headed this way, you know? he didn't know that Larry Butts was the security guy? It could have been somebody that was totally capable and would have come running that way.
Objection.
Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. He used to work as a chief security guy. Of course he does. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them.
Objection.
But, as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser, oh goodness, who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend. And wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known.
Objection.
How do you know so much, Mr. Trite? Ha! Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer go. Of course he did! It was super loud! This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Yeah! So he's telling the truth. He was knocked out. Conscious? What do you mean by that? This is like 7 cups of coffees right now. Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted? That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded, and that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. He didn't hear the buzzer, which means he couldn't have killed the guy. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious. It could only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right! Whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. Yeah, no fingerprints! Look at me, pressed it! Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. But no fingerprints. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. Hello, Lady Master. How are you? Thank you so much for the raid. Let me do a shout out for you. There we go. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? My name is Erlyn. It's nice to meet you. We are currently working on the last court day of Case 2 and Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations right now. We're cracking down on what really happened at the scene of the crime. But aside for Ace Attorney, I also play Honkai Star Rail, Pokemon games, Farm games, the Devil May Cry series, and the Yakuza series. But hi, how was your stream? What did you play today? I hope everyone's doing well. Larry just went somewhere because he's he was just there. Like he just went somewhere. Yeah, they're objecting back and forth. Counterpoint evidence, no fingy prints. Right? Like Godot, no fingy prints. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. Ah. What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? How can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? Do we have a picture that shows, like, he has gloves on or he doesn't have gloves on? Because I'm pretty sure it's the fingerprint, but I just want to, like, see. We don't have a picture of him. That is unfortunate. Your Honor, he actually used his elbow. That's why there was, yeah, I think we do. The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. We play a judge, guiding fish to make profit and upgrade. Ooh, fun! Did you get to make any dishes out of the fish too? This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. Poor! Ron Delight obviously wiped them off. You know, I think a better point would have been Bro used his elbow. He couldn't have. Like, he was panicking and it was 10 minutes. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Master Mask. And Master Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Yeah. Order, order, order. Ha, you would seem. I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Because they wanted to incriminate Ron. Because by the time the security went over, they would have seen Ron and he would have woken up and they'd be like, oh, we caught him, he did it! Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? Because also, like, the CEO's office was on floor 1, and the security guy's office was on floor 3. Like, it'll take time to get down there. What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Huh, looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick! Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place. Or, when Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond? They couldn't. They got multiple floors in this building. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well, then. Oh ho, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why did the real killer sound the emergency button? He just wanted to find out what it did, guys. Like, you know, mysterious button on the wall, just like Maya wanted to find out, you know? Contractual obligation to respond, yeah. To call the security guard. See, because it could be that he didn't mean to, but I feel like that's a bit of a weak response. Like, he wanted to call the security guard over so that they would find Ron in there instead. Yup. The killer knew that if they pressed the button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes, although as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Ha! What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Delight. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Precisely. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron Delight for the murder. Whoa! I love how he sips, like, calmly, and then he spits it out. Like, it takes a little bit for him to process. Derail killer! No! He's back! Oh no! Another coffee again! Order, order, order. Ha, you would seem. I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Nick,
you mean the real killer is?
We're going to drag that person in there right now. He's right next door, actually.
But who is he?
I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity. Yeah, because of this right here. And they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So, the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Buller. He sent him the note so he would arrive there, and then he wanted to frame him. Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron Delight for the murder of Kane Buller? Detective Luke Gatney. He's the only one who could have done it. It's Detective.
Look at me.
You mean Mask Damask did it? Nah, the fake Damask. Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Mask Damask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Buller. Dang, bro runs fast then.
He ran all the way back to steal the urn to create an alibi for himself.
Order, Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder. Which is the more serious crime? They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course.
So, he wanted to get in trouble for theft instead.
It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. And that's why he was so happy to get convicted. When Lugatney confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, the famous detective was a Mask Damask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along, to be found guilty. Mask Damask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Tailor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask Damask was Lugatney's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. Guilty verdict as an alibi. You know, it's almost time for the Godot Special Blend number 109.
Day 2 of defending the Delulu husbando. Doing it for his wife. Hello, Neil. How are you? Thanks for stopping by today. How are you? To be convicted of a lesser crime, that's deep.
Yeah, I wonder how bro got there so quickly. Like,
I mean, Jesse did say that if you were really fast, you could get there in 20 minutes. And the fact that, like, nobody was really at KB security helped him do a watertight alibi. Because there weren't a lot of people there checking out his dead body. And the fact that Ron shoved him in meant he was discovered later. So the timing could have been a bit off. Cookie! Yippee! I'm here for the sexy saxophone prosecutor. Hello, Kevin. How are you? Thanks for stopping by today. Let me do a shout out for you. There we go. How are you? I love the music that plays, like, whenever he has a moment. Like, I, too, feel like I should have a cup of coffee and just down it really quickly when the sexy saxophone plays. Something like the Spirit of Justice took a massive break between and Dual Destinies. Ooh. Are some of the cases connected? Is that what makes it a bit harder? How are you liking Spirit of Justice so far? Remember, kids, Delulu is always the Salulu. What does that mean? Delusion is the solution. Long time no see. The jazz soul version of his theme is probably the best theme. I still need to listen to that. I'm not proud of this, but I game overused in the first case. Or I game overed in the first case. Oh, it's okay, Leo. Honestly, like, on some of these cases, if I didn't do, like, saves and reloads, I would have been in hot water too, honestly. Some of the cases are quite difficult. Ooh. Good one!
You know, it's almost time. For what? For Lugatney's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all.
Yeah, we gotta drag him here before they solidify that.
If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Mr. Lugatney's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Ha, that's only good when your life's the end. Mr. Delight, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So please, I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. Believe in your client. Believe in yourself, Phoenix. Well, what was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice, it sounds like... Mia! Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Huh. So that's your answer, huh? Very well, I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Lugatton to the stand. Yes, Your Honor.
October 14, 11:58 a.m. District Court courtroom number 5 this time. Mia has become a force ghost. I love how, like, her connection to the spirits is literally, like, so strong that, like, honestly, it would not be outside of grounds if she just kind of, like, manifests a little bit. Or it could be entirely, like, just Phoenix. Phoenix is the Lulu. There we go, Sketch! It's this guy! Oh my gosh, it's Pain!
Hey. Well, Sir Detective Atme.
I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly.
Oh no, Sir Detective Atme, you are the one who...
Oh! This is another Judd! Wow, he's got quite the beard! That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Luke Atme.
No! Wait! Don't hand on your verdict yet, please!
Well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's his eyes are out? Oh. His eyes just went! My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atme.
Accusation. You accuse Master Mask.
That man is that Master Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? I love how he's still smiling. He's like, what? He's a what now? Bro was flabbergasted. Ooh, to be continued. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Did I already share this? Oh, thank you so much for the 3 stream tricks, Suki. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Mia just won't go leafy in the spirit dimension. She's got to stay around, you know, just in case Phoenix needs a pep talk. Another judge! Even when he's that face against Phoenix, Pain still takes an L from Phoenix. He's like, this guy, he's out to ruin my career. That's a legendary Batlog, yeah. Bet he had a much easier time before Phoenix became a lawyer. My sis?
I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice.
So then, she's still alive inside your heart.
Nicky boy. Oh, Miss Delight. Is it true that detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night?
Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill King Bullard?
Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. Need to find some solid proof, and it's gonna happen sooner rather than later. Yeah, the other judge is something. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Luke Atme, please take the stand. Well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Master Mask. I'm sorry, I'm afraid even the great Luke Atme has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there was no way I could have known what was going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Master Mask. Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example.
How much you want to bet Ron read the first part and he didn't read the second part and he thought it applied to him, so he went to the KB security office? But the red diamond, whoever wrote the note has got to know that Atme is like the fake Master Mask, right? Or like something more complicated, because Atme has that red diamond ring there. So the person who sent that blackmail note was probably trying to target Atme in this case. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for instance. So you continue to insist that you are in fact Master Mask.
Of course. Very well then, Luke Atme. Let us begin with a simple question.
Sir, that is too much zoom in on your eye. I don't need to see your eye to that detail. 3 hours and all day long are 2 different things. Yeah.
On October 12th at 1 a.m., King Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. All right, Mr. Atme, the night of the murder, speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor.
The alibi. I was stealing the urn as Master Mask just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in my case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Master Mask was the same time as the murder. What if he tweaked with it, you know? Because we do know that the computer program was his. I called tomfoolery. That can't possibly be a red diamond ring. Diamonds don't naturally occur in shapes as smooth and opaque as that. It kind of just seems like a fancy stone, doesn't it?
It seems the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene.
Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well.
Even the great Master Mask cannot be in 2 places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to...
Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination.
A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool.
I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick.
The only thing that's full of it is his alibi.
A foolish fool who resorts to tomfoolery. I feel like I can still hear Francisca. I was stealing the urn. So this photograph is the proof, correct?
Indeed it is.
And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask.
And that is why I am called Master Mask.
But conveniently, that also means that there's no way to tell who this really is.
What do you mean? Ha! Are you saying this is not, in fact, Luke Atme? It could be an accomplice dressed up as Master Mask to create an alibi.
It could be, because he does have that extra costume he could have just given to someone.
Oh ho, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice?
Oh, I don't know the accomplice right now. Luke Atme was at KB Security during the murder. Then the Master Mask in this picture has to be a fake. Then there really was an accomplice! But right now I have no idea who it is. I don't have any idea right now either. Baseless objections are just what this guy wants. There's gotta be another way, and I'm gonna find it. Maybe when we probe into these statements, we'll find out. But, you know, Someone took lessons from Von Karma. They really did. Like, you should be enjoying this. They're finally looking at you. A lot of eyes on him this time. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see, you truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Hey Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Amy was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It is kind of odd. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct? Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose.
Objection.
Yeah, you gotta tamper with the camera. You gotta tamper with that computer system, so the computer thought it was 12:58. He was simply caught by the very camera that... Or, he was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. We all have days like that. Indeed, it turned out there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad blue melody. Looks like I'd better gather more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's gotta be something phony in that photo. You know what's strange? The statue is not there. Because Adrian Andrews said that she moved the statue on top of the paint to hide the mess. But there's got to be something else going on, because why would he just move the statue away to expose the paint? Like, that seems like unnecessary unless there was something special near the wall over there. I'm gonna get closer and see. Okay, those are just like the screws. About the camera that took this photograph. Oh, come now. It's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I do indeed. Is that not the case? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. But did they use that computer? Cause like... Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. You see, it looks like I better find something else that could be suspicious. So this alibi is false? It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at KB Security. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the master mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. What if the picture was forged a bit later? I think it's the statue placement. The statue placement is very suspicious. Right? It's an oddity! Let me find the statement. What is the best statement?
Objection.
And again, just setting up a fake photo either before or after the murder is possible. Yeah, right? I was thinking that because the statue was on top of the paint splatter, right? So it makes sense for him to have taken this picture after the murder. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. Or you could also... No, she did it right away. Adrian Andrews moved the thing over right away. She probably like fixed up the vase and then immediately moved it. Let's see my latest target. He is evil. But if the urn was stolen, then it'll make him look bad. There we go, this is a prompt. You bet there is.
Are you implying this picture is a fake?
You bet I am. There's something definitely strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place, and there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night.
Very well then, let's hear what you have to say.
What about this photograph? Like the absence? It is the absence of the statue. Do I just... the paint splatter, maybe?
Take that!
No, it's paint! Why, this is a blood stain. Ah, blood! Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. This stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint and peach colored at that.
From blood to peaches, Judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. Turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Bro's panicking.
Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture?
The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, that statue should have been there.
Objection!
But when I went there the day after the theft, the statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally?
Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it in that direction.
Ha! In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night?
Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? Ooh, I'm not sure. I haven't figured that out yet.
Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one who moved it?
She's trying to hide her mistake, so she wouldn't have moved it back. I bet it was like hiding something. It's gotta be like Luke. I bet it was like hiding something special back there. It's gotta be Luke. Luke is the only one that seems like relevant to this. Statue of the old bad Godot. That's Karai! Like, insulting the founder of the Korean spirit channeling technique? You hear that, Mystic Amy? He's slandering you. Who, on the night of the crime, remember? Oh, right! The night of the crime! Thank you, Spooky! So it has to be mask to mask. Because I don't think we're at the point where we established him yet. He's technically the same guy, but like... It was Mask to Mask when he was stealing it. Quote unquote, the one who looked like Mask to Mask.
Luke, but now I'm like thinking. Was it really Luke? Was it Luke? Was I right? A man should be able to answer his own questions. That's what I think. Right now, I'm busy trying to come up with 2 answers of my own. So it was Luke. It was Luke. So it was Luke. I was like, Master Mask in the photo. Why is coffee black and why is it bitter? Mr. Wright, put it simply, you've messed up.
What are you doing, Nick? You need to think about why that statue was moved.
The good thing about when everyone chews me out is that it gives me time to think. Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer.
Okay, they didn't take anything off me, which is good. Now let me think. Who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? I mean, he was there the night of the crime. Like, he was looking out. Yeah, I was wrong. So actually... hello, Epic! How are you? Thanks for stopping by today! How are you? So is it really just Luke? Because I was thinking it was Luke before. But then the thing about the night of the crime, I was like, huh. So my first guess was right! My first guess was right! I should have just pressed Luke. I thought Luke was wrong because it worked, Yippee! You were so close. Yeah, oh man, I should have just went with my gut instinct. Hello, Joker. How are you? Thanks for stopping by today. How are you? Then why'd you pick the mask? Okay, so like I was going to choose Luke at me, but I saw the on the night of the crime message and I was like, oh, so am I like going in the wrong direction? So then I picked Master Mask instead. The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke at me. Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go on again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple, however. Why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me, you pretended to be Master Mask to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue. Single fatal flaw? Interesting theory, please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does the lie exist? I went too fast, what did he say again? Let me try to remember. Look at me, yeah, look at me! Look at this photograph, look at it again! I feel great, I had my first day. We went to an arcade, played some Guitar Hero, darts, air hockey, and ended the day with billiards at her house. Ooh, fun! I'm glad you had a lot of fun, Joker! Let's see. Don't you have a text log? Is there a text log? Because I know in the Great Ace Attorney there's a text log, but... Oh no, shoot! I didn't mean to click that! No, I was trying to pull up the menu! No! I was trying to pull up the menu! No! Oh, it's fine. I haven't saved in a while. The question is, why was the statue moved? There was some reason the culprit didn't want the statue to be in the picture. At least that's what I thought. It's the sword. The sword. The sword would have messed it up. I wish there was a text log. I don't think there's a text log in this game. Oh. Yeah, there's no text log in this game. Oof. What games do have a text log, actually? I feel like the trilogy doesn't have one, but I know the Great Ace Attorney has it. You could have saved it. It's okay. I don't think I'll exhaust the whole HP bar. It kind of like increases the stakes, you know, if I have to watch the HP bar. It's kind of fun. I'm sorry, did he say in Yiddish? He did. Even accidental mistakes are still mistakes. No! Mistakes, no! I wanna do this without saving because it amps the stakes up, you know? Like, I have to really lock in and think this through. Like, there's no backup. There's no saving. I'll save if I get down to like 2 HP bars though. But I'm fine right now. So I really wish there was a chat log. I gotta type what he says next time. What is the lie in this photo? I think I accidentally clicked the puddle, right? When I was there before? The lie in the photo. I know, like, he couldn't have the statue. He didn't want the statue to be there also because, like, the statue had, like, the sword, and the sword was, like, bent. And the clock says 12:58 a.m. So it kind of correlates with 1. It's a little before 1. We don't make mistakes, we make happy little accidents. Yeah, just happy little accidents on my canvas. So my sweet baby pom-pom, this text log is real. I've seen it elsewhere in this game, just flashing through screens. Is there? Wait, I need to pull it up, because like sometimes I forget. Like having a log would be very helpful. Text log, Ace Attorney Trilogy. Okay, so Reddit says, how to view past text log. Sadly, no, the game does not include any such option. Yeah, it doesn't. That's one thing I really liked about the Great Ace Attorney, because I'd be like, I forgore. Oh, nice, text log. Okay, I have to remember what he said before this. We know he took the picture before the date. How at me is the murderer. Dang it, no! So the time here says 12:58 a.m. And apparently the crime happened at around 1 a.m. I really wish there was a text log. Do you guys remember the specific terminology that they said? The autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor! Maybe it was like another game, or maybe it was on Steam. Maybe Steam has the option. There's a lie, huh? A lie that shows that the time is not correct. So if we know, let's see, let me think this through. So if there was a puddle over here, and he moved the thing, and we know on the night of the crime there was still a statue here, that means that this picture was not taken at this time. It would be nice if they had a date on here. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with him, so it might be the discrepancy between this and the time, which means he took this at a different time and this time is incorrect. Yes! Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp.
Well, what do you mean?
I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atme went to KB Security and murdered King Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to be at Lordly Taylor at this time.
But what does that have to do with the statue being moved?
Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was the statue placed besides the warehouse door?
Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint.
Exactly. Luke Atme had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order
order to create an alibi for that time. He took this picture days before the murder took place. Whoa. Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Ah, so on the day of the crime, Mr. Atney must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. That's why we gotta have dates on these things. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Look At Me had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in his photo. Whoa! Order! Mr. Atney, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What is that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor's staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. Yeah, you gotta mess the times up. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Order, Mr. Godot. What is the meaning of this? Sip. Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down.
Just with my guy Caffeine Max. He didn't get enough sleep last night. Oh, thanks for doing the random biofact joker. Let's see. Maybe it's the time, maybe it's his costume, I'm not sure. I feel so bamboozled. There's a lot of time manipulation going on here. Enlighten us with a biofact. I shall. It feels like we tried to decipher an AI-generated image. Your Honor, the image is generated from ChatGPT. Can you imagine putting the prompt into ChatGPT as like, Look At Me? Imagine you are trying to create a perfect alibi to cover up the fact that you were committing a murder on this very night. Please generate an image for me of the crime scene, and he like sends the picture of this exact crime scene, but like have me in there and then have the time at 12:58. And it was like, here you go. Get that Gen AI image out of here. Get this stuff out of here. His article fell out twice in 2 minutes already. He's really bamboozled. Okay, the biofact. So you know how sometimes, like, when you, like clap a fly, when it's, like, flying around and you kill the fly? So you know how sometimes, like, there's, like, red stuff that comes out of the fly and you're like, ew, it must be blood? So that's not actually blood. That's, like, the fly's eye juices. So, yeah, fun fact. I learned that the other day because I was like, huh, is this really blood? But it's not blood, it's the fly's eye juices. So yeah, fun fact. Ew. Yeah, I was like standing there and I was like, ooh. That's even more disgusting, right? Like, I think it would have been nice just not looking that up. That you should support real artists. Yeah, honestly, like, Atney should have commissioned somebody to draw him on the scene of the crime, you know? Just commission your local artist. Commission your local artist to create an alibi for you on the night of the crime. I got nothing. Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. I've promised to drink no more than 17 during the trial. You think he has like a little bucket under him where he puts his empty cups? Which means I'm still good till the last drop. However, the defense has a very good point. A good point, so what? We are all the travelers on a road of infinite points. I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied, which is that it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams.
That's very true. No, way, don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes? There's no funny business in your actions as mask to mask. There should be no problem with you telling us your strategies. So, let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the secret urn.
Yeah, you gotta have something orchestrated, right? Pardon what you say? Oh, what? Fly eye juices. Basically, when you clap a fly and like red stuff comes out, it's not the fly's blood, it's the fly's eye juices. 'Cause fly eyes have a pigment, and that's what makes it look red. Yeah. The Ace Art Commissioner! Artist like sketch camera, which is amazing, by the way, right? Like, I think Gatney should have commissioned sketch. No, not a second stop. Sorry, I know that guy. I received the request from Lorelei Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box in Zavari. It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that the crime would go smoothly. Alas, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. Wait! You did not. You did not handle it yourself. There are no fingerprints on that, except for Phoenix's, unless he means he touched the box. But... oh no, he has gloves. Never mind. I thought I was cooking. Gotta remember, bro has gloves. Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave.
Witness, you sure there are no mistakes this time? Zavari. Very well then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Like, I gotta do something for 20 to 30 minutes. See you soon. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for the looks, Vicky. Take care of yourself. Say well. Good night. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, my brain. My brain defaulted. Good luck with the thing that you're working on. And thank you so much for the look. I'll see you soon. Gee, I have to tell you a story. So back to the day. We saw the arcade for Mortal Kombat from 1992. Everyone knows when you punch the guy, the little blood splashes come out. The guy getting the arcade to work for us told us that the Super Nintendo version censored instead of blood sweat. Looked at the guy and said, yeah, the blood in that game is normal, but the sweat, yeah, that's even more disgusting than blood. Dang! Bro is very sweaty. I first received the request from Lorelei Taylor about 20 days ago. You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right? Indeed, it seemed that they had heard of my Zavarkling reputation. What is that supposed to mean? I'm gonna actually look that up. Zavari. Zavari is... okay, that doesn't help. Apparently it's not a real word. Because I'm getting Zavari is a catchphrase used by the character Look At Me. Oh, it's a localized version of the Japanese Zavari, which itself is based on the word Zubari, meaning frankly or decisively. Interesting. I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You better watch out too, Maya. You mean this box? Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn, and she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. Ah, interesting new tidbit. So, you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed, you may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. It does say the secret urn on it. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, Look At Me, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. You mean this calling card? That's right, that is, without a doubt, my calling card. It was extremely valuable, you know? Like, giving it so many days in advance. Like, people could just put it somewhere else for the time being. I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course, because Atme knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. Then no one entered the basement warehouse?
Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. And this is the photo that proves that, huh? Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much.
Hey Nick, if this photo is a fake, Detective Atney might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken.
That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we could prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. I need to take a good hard look at the court record. Nick could have stolen it beforehand.
Not a lot to go on off of, huh? The detective's been covering his tracks. There's only one thing we need to prove in this cross-examination, that he took this photo well before the actual night of the crime. Alright then, how do we do that?
There's one thing that Atney stated very clearly, that he had never seen the urn. That's a bit strong. You know?
We need to prove that he's lying.
Never saw the urn.
I think I know.
This was advertised, so anyone would have known what it looked like.
Let me review the words again.
Because the thing is, I don't think it's proved that he saw Adrian Andrews shatter the vase or the urn. Because if he saw her shatter it when she was like bringing it in and out, then he definitely, you know, saw this whole mess here. But honestly, I think the urn was like advertised, so like everybody would have seen it at some point.
It's crying time! Always a crying time! Hello, gamers! How are you? Thanks for stopping by today! Let me do a shout out for you! There we go! How are you? If you comment on the urn, Amy's soul is like wish gone at this point, right? I wish she'd be contained there still. Right? Because like Pearl dropped it once, now Adrian Andrews dropped it. I think Amy's soul's just like gone. Like, it's somewhere. She's passed on. I thought Savari was like another word for Eureka or something like that. Yeah, I thought so too! Is that symbol as a poster? I'm wondering if it's more complicated than that. Because it seems like it's the poster, but like, what if it's something else? I just got done with Sweaty Mario Kart. Oh man! I hope it went well for you. Why was it sweaty? And Rip a Whore? Ooh. You want me to check the calling card? Sent before the heist. The emblem is top secret. So he already knows the emblem because he has the costume on display in your Treasures of Crane exhibit. Take extra care of the speckled urn, won't you? The Treasures of Crane exhibit. Treasure exhibition. feel like you could argue both ways. Because this one you could say, yeah, it was advertised. The picture was everywhere. So he must have seen it. This calling card infers that he knows that it's broken because speckled. You know? Because most people would just say urn, right? They wouldn't say speckled. Speckled is, it has a lot of small spots or patches of color. Oh. Patches of color. So I guess for this one, you could argue that maybe he never saw it. But if he knows that it has color, that means he saw it before when it was already moved to the exhibition after Adrian Andrews dropped it on the floor. Poster like that before it's unveiled in person would be public information. Yeah, I feel like we could go either way here. Like, you could say he knew what the urn looked like because this was like plastered everywhere, you know? He must have known, especially if he was meaning to steal the urn, because like, you would do your research before you steal something, right? But also, this card also works because it's like speckled urn. So the other one is, I guess the other one's more of like an inferred that he would know what it looks like. The calling card proves that he saw it after Adrian Andrews dropped it on the floor. So basically both of these are proving that he was there, he knows what it looks like. Like the public announcement showed him what the urn looked like, and this confirms that he knows the current state of the urn. So technically they're both right. I don't know if they'll let me present both of them like with that buzzer one. Yeah, he saw it all. People tried too hard, and so do I. Everyone wants to get first place. I think in this case, it might actually be the calling card that's a little bit stronger because he could claim that he never saw the poster. Like he could just be like, yeah, I don't look at things. But the calling card infers that he knew it was speckled, so he has a detailed description of it. So that's like a more direct proof that he knows what it looks like. But I feel like honestly both could work. It depends on how Phoenix argues it. Go. Mr. Atme, if you really are Master Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct?
But of course. Is there a problem about that calling card?
Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Mask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn.
Yes, that's true, but so what if?
Truth be told, there's no way that Master Mask could have known about this pattern.
What do you mean?
This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains.
Paint stains?
And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor.
I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite.
The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn.
You can't be serious.
And yet, this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atney had seen this urn long before the crime even took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. Foo! That's because this photo is a fake. Your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. The calling card has to seal the deal, right? Yeah, the speckled urn was a little too specific for a guy who's never seen it before. How's the acing? It's going good, gamers. I'm having a lot of fun. Thank you for the hydrate bacon. I sip. So I don't have coffee on me right now, but I do have matcha. I'm a traitor to the coffee man.
Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. He's broken.
Nick? I think it's still a little too early for a victory pose. Huh? Oh man, his 12th cup of coffee?
Ha! It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Master Mask. And now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No way, don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say that Look At Me was the one who killed Cain Bullard? Then let me ask you this. Why would he do it? Ooh, I actually don't know. An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you my merry murderous motive manifest?
Nick, he's getting his second win!
If you prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive was seen as Ron Delight. Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed, according to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be happy to, sir, old-timer.
They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this might be our only chance. Matcha Blend! Number 107! The motive is FOMO. Adby's a loser. He just didn't want to miss out this time.
I, Look At Me, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever.
I'm sure you did. Bro had a binder here. You were investigating those crimes. He probably employed you. Cain Bullard decided to investigate Master Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Master Mask. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Cain Bullard. Truly a tragedy.
So, the victim, Cain Bullard, blackmailed the defendant? This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment.
So I'm gonna have to say that red diamond segment, you know, is a little bit striking.
A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter.
What?
Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination.
Yeah, I think the second half of that blackmail letter, it's gotta be, you know, somebody mentioned a red diamond and it wasn't Ron. And who in the world is going to prove that?
I will. After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atney and Cain Bullard, we weren't able to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Perhaps they were connected through their work. They were both involved in security.
Nope, that was Blend.
In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight.
Mistook?
That's right, mistook, from the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an air. That wasn't what I meant. Just who did the victim mistake Master Mask to be? Why, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course.
No, he did not. He did not, because Ron doesn't have the thing. But you have that giant red diamond on your finger.
Boy, I'd like to wipe that smug look off this guy's face.
Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Master Mask?
Don't you already know that? Savari, take a look at this newspaper. Oh ho, that's the famous Tear of Ammonin, magnificent jewel. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant. The defendant? Victim clearly misread this article, and Zavari, he got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard.
That was an unusually reasonable deduction. And Lyric, welcome back, spooky. Wow, only gone for 17 minutes. Ooh, I hope the thing you were working on went well.
You mean this blackmail letter, right? It says, bring $50,000. And the handwriting is without a doubt the victim's. There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it. But I don't see an addressee on this letter anywhere.
An addressee?
Yeah, so we don't know if it actually was supposed to go to Ron. This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment, and Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place in time. The fact that there's no addressee is irrelevant. So technically, Bullard meant to give that to Atme. Atme found a way, or maybe Atme got it, and then he gave it to Ron instead, and then Ron was like, oh shoot, I gotta show up. So then, because Atme knows Ron's secret, so Ron showed up, and then he pinned it on Ron.
What's up, Nick?
I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight?
Oh, do you have any evidence of that?
I do. For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter. Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied?
Where was the statement?
It's this one.
I think it's that statement. What do you mean by that?
Oh my, I was certainly already aware. Zavari.
KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies, and since I was the security team chief, I stole data from the company. Kane Bullard had yet to forgive young Mr. Delight, which is why he had sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was a thief. But that's a long time to, like, send something like this, you know? Like, you would think Bro would have let it go already. Here's a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail.
However, isn't that a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money even though he wasn't actually mask to mask?
At that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance. Cause the binder here... The only info we have is the list.
Assertion is not merely my own, I'm afraid. What do you mean? I have here a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight.
Disarray.
Ronnie thinks he's a mask to mask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him. Oh. Ha! Well, Mr. Trite. Ugh. Is he trying to act like Mr. Light just now?
I thought he was actually pretty convincing.
Now that's just your imagination talking. Come now, Sir Lawyer. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word for it. This is a deduction, the result of carefully applied reasoning. Can we hear that careful reasoning for ourselves? It's a long story and better save for next time. Very well, another time.
Those so-called long stories aren't usually all that long, at least not in my experience. So you're gonna try to connect Detective Atme to Mr. Bullard, right? Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it won't require surgery either. Okay, so you'll have to talk about the blackmail. I feel like the binder might be the follow-up. Was that blackmail letter really intended for Ron? Since we don't have enough information, you should press him for more testimony. I think I have enough, but let me see if there's more that'll come up if I press him. I think it's a third statement. Wait a second, let me reread that. Because there's something I'm a little curious about in this statement. He mistook the ugly security guard for Ron, but we know that is Ron.
it's Ron, though. I think it's a blackmail letter. It's a blackmail letter and the red jewel. Yeah, it's the letter. It's the letter. Nice! This is the easiest thing to prove so far, and yeah, it's the diamond! Random theme change! Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atme? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You're one to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Yeah, I'll show you the page. I'll show you the segment. Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. You can't present an ear. Shows the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. I'm just gonna point out the statement. I guess there's something else. I remember. Didn't the article say he was rewarded like a jewel for catching him? Do we have like a thing that said he was rewarded the jewel for catching him? Because then we'll be like, wait a second. The precious gem, the tear of Animan. The gem and the thief. Where's the thing that shows he got a red jewel for it? Because he got a red jewel as a reward for catching Mask to Mask. Because that would really prove it if I had like evidence that went like, yeah, so that red jewel actually went to Atme instead of Mask to Mask, and that would be like a solid correlation. He does not have the ring in the photo. I wonder if the newspaper is enough, because I was thinking the newspaper, but there's no like solid line that said he got rewarded. Maybe it's just the absence of the ring on his finger that's enough? Yeah, he doesn't have it. Okay, cool, so it was the absence then. Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the tear of Animan, the stolen jewel. What about it? The problem is this jewel's color. Yeah. See, if we were talking about the, we'll take your jewel, red diamond here, but the jewel of Animan is blue. Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. Let's take that red diamond you received the other day. You know who has a red diamond? That guy right up there. Red? Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter was the one received as an award. It's not the tear of Animan that Master Mask saw at all.
Objection!
And your point is, Mr. Trite? Are you trying to say that this blackmail letter was yeah, like, this guy right here? And that is what you're trying to say, right, Trite? That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright?
Well, this is what you're trying to say, right, Nick?
Yes. This is who Kane Bullard was actually blackmailing.
Take that!
Yippee! Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme.
Do you have some kind of basis?
Yeah, like right there.
It's on your finger, sir. You have been personally involved in every single Master Mask case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel? Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. The red diamond ring. That is the diamond referred to in the letter, and that's why you had to kill him. Which means that King Buller wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Oh! Order in the court. Order, I say. It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite.
Oh, I don't like the way he said that.
King Buller blackmailing Luke at me? Are you for real?
I am for real.
Yes, I am.
Hey, come on, stand up to him.
Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. You don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. King Buller threatened to make Luke Atney's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? Atney killed King Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret?
This is what it all comes down to, Nick.
The identity that Luke Atney wanted to so desperately keep secret was his identity as...
Atney was the one writing Ron's testimonies. Or like the blackmail letters for Ron. To teach him how to steal. Because he knew he was Damask.
For real, no cap. Maya, please! Yeah, he's a blackmailer! Luke Atney was a blackmailer!
Objection!
And he was doing some things. Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Yeah, but he was blackmailing other people. You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atney. Are you saying that Atney was blackmailing someone else on top of that?
You have to admit that does sound a little odd.
It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atney. But Ron Delight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident?
Yeah, because, after the Tears of Animan case...
Luke found out who Master Mask truly was.
After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly delighted plans.
Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean that Ron Delight was actually Master Mask.
That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his target from him.
And that someone was none other than Luke Atney. Shh! Silence! He. Now I see, it's all becoming clear.
What is?
When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with the tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you? You say that I, Luke Atney, was blackmailing Ron Delight? In which case, I wouldn't...
Would you like to look at this newspaper clipping, sir? This newspaper clipping.
In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Master Mask. Well, yes. Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime. Good point, he certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief, trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. Yeah! Get him back, Phoenix! Has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. Seems that Master Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. Just took off his outfit and hid in a bucket.
That sounds far too stupid to be true.
Correct. With tricks like that, you couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atney. That's when you learned. Not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. I can't believe it. He was scamming. He was a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud! Trying to pass himself as an ace detective.
Why, you? How dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective and awesome Master Mask. Why can't you understand that?
He's tweaking. I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity.
Well, why you? How dare you even dare? I could never falter like Lowy does. Why not try doing something with that big mouth of yours? You're really fools. I say none of you can compare to my genius. Really, so go. It's not just romantic. There's nothing that the race detective cannot handle. Blackmail, murder, threats. I'll get away with all that. It's enough to make one laugh.
I think bro's going through it. Yeah, he's freaking out. Jeez. Get him! It would seem we finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Atney.
Bailiff, please prepare yourself for Mr. Atney.
Objection? What are you objecting? What is there left to object?
The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim.
Well, what do you mean? I've already prepared to deliver my ruling. Right? Like, Godot's making it even longer! We thought we had it, and we found out about the murder, and now Godot's not letting us? Come on, Godot! I'm sure you want to go to lunch, too.
Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge.
I don't think that's how it works. You don't get much more in your face than that.
It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Tripe.
Well, what else do you want me to prove? What do you...
It's true, you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atney was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder.
That's right, that's why he's the one who killed Mr.
But
what?
the fake out! There's still one thing you have left to prove.
What's that?
Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at Katie's security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered.
No way!
Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright,
this is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that Atney was at Mr. Buller's office all that night. But can you really prove that?
As long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer.
That night, Luke Atney was at Katie's security and the defense. Let me review my evidence again. He was there. The warehouse cameras went off at 1 on the night of the crime. Did Mask knocked Atney out during the crime with a blow to the back of his head? Go to Sturm entrance. KB security. That's Ron's wallet. This was also found in Ron's wallet. Publicity photo. Cerebral hemorrhaging. Do we have a record? Buzzer went off at 1:02. Is that strong enough evidence? The buzzer went off once at 102. But that doesn't necessarily prove that Luke was the one who triggered it, though. It could have been someone else. Like, it's not showing that it was exactly Luke. It's just the fact that he has, like, gloves that's a little suspicious. And the CEO's office is the murder scene. Because the CEO's office is the murder scene. This was in Ron's wallet. So Ron scanned in to go inside the room. So Ron got into the room like that. Honestly, I feel like the buzzard record is the best, but we already used the buzzard record. Because the buzzard record is like, oh yeah, there was somebody else that pressed the button that wasn't Ron, because Ron was like passed out for like more than 2 minutes. But is that strong enough? Is there something that's really incriminating? That was like, oh yeah, this is like definitely him? Because the alarm did go off. Unfortunately, Larry didn't see anything. Blunt force trauma to the head. No fingerprints. The record. Ron's testimony. We're over the urn. The urn's like past. The buzzard record is the strongest piece of evidence I feel that we currently have. But I don't think it's enough. You think I should save? Okay, I'll save. Because the thing is, like, the buzzard record establishes that there was like somebody else there at the time that wasn't Ron. But it doesn't specifically tell us that it's Luke that was in there. Like, maybe this guy has like, you know, we should ask Larry for like a detailed because Larry's gotta have receipts of who entered the CEO's room, right? I don't think the evidence we have is strong enough. It's also like an older piece of evidence too. So I'm like, usually you don't present things twice. I can't prove it. It's okay. Somebody is just gonna walk in and give us evidence right now, right? Just as I thought. But if we hear more of Detective Atman's testimony... Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite. What do you mean? I won't allow for more testimony. That's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten Luke Atney is here after we interrupted his zone trial? And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as mask to mask. But we have so many, like, things that don't add up, and you're telling me you would still convict him of theft? Well, now, Mr. Lord, it seems that love wins out in the end, after all. I am the ace detective as well as mask to mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. So, like, if Jesse bursts in right now, that would be perfect. Order in the court. That's enough deliberation over this witness. I can't believe this at this rate, Ron. Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and... By then it'll be too late. Huh? But why? Because the other one is gonna reach a conclusion. We gotta find out an answer now. Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Double jeopardy? Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. That is a fundamental rule of all courts. And it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. I remember double jeopardy being in the Great Ace Attorney also. I don't remember what case, but that term seems very familiar to me. Mr. Atney will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as mask to mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned. No way! The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atney's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kane Bullard's murderer.
What? Hello, how goes the case? Hello, Nishiki, how are you? Thanks for stopping by today. How are you? It's going good. We're getting really close to finishing it. Now there's nothing I could possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atney, will go free. Phoenix, listen to your client.
believe in your client. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today, and as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections?
No way! But there's so many things that don't add up. You gonna just let this go?
Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Acme.
Dude, what are we gonna do?
I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. Is this Mia?
How did you?
Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to— Mia, the coup! I love how every single time, like, Phoenix is going through a moment, like, Mia, like, manifests. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. That voice, no way! Yeah! Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia! This is the true power of the crane channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me, but right now she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this.
But there's nothing more we can do, Mia.
Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today.
Yes, that's true, but
Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks.
well, now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end, after all. I am the ace detective as well as Master Mask. My verdict will verify that, just as Ron Delights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever.
Very well, then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor?
Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? He's like, hey, she seems kind of familiar. I think
Well, he could have faced her in court, though. I don't know, maybe they bumped into each other at some point in time.
Nothing.
Oh, Sir Lawyer, looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods would do anything to me, Lucat.
Let's hear it.
Huh? Bro has sudden lots of respect for Mia.
It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Godot, what are you... Very well then, Mr. Luke Acme. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks.
The defense would like to hear why you declare the defendant to be the true murderer.
So please give us one last bit of testimony.
Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance.
Yes, Chief.
Earth to Godot! Hello! Godot got something on his mind? You know, the way Godot reacted, he's gotta know Mia from somewhere. And I bet he respects her a lot, too. Because the minute he heard Maya talk, he was like, alright, you know, let him have another chance. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lord Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the day beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel.
Zavari! Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy.
This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. The witness's early remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything.
But of course. But how did you know about the emergency buzzer?
The police investigation documents went directly through me,
And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer. Grrr. Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer?
I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Luke Acme's trial any longer.
This is your last chance. Hang on a second, just— Oh no! Oh, so I can only press on the right statement? Is it one of those? Huh, seems like the party's about to begin.
Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't break out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it.
Cup number 17, the last cup.
Wow, I guess he didn't number the other ones.
It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial.
I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony, and I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and, oh man, and press it! Remember, you only get one chance.
Oh man! Oh man! Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination.
Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had to leave, yeah. I'd known about the date beforehand, so I had this photo ready. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Warren Delight. Thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints. The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. In the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. So Vari, therefore all the evidence points to that colorway. So I can't press for more info, huh? Save? Okay. I can't press for more info, huh? Like, it's really like a press and it has to be. It can't be like a dig for more info and then decide what statement. Oh, man. Okay, we're gonna lock in. Mia, help! He said so many statements! Okay, let's break them down one by one and see which one's the most suspicious sounding. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. That is true. We have established that. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. What's that job request? Care to elaborate? I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. The brilliant deduction was what informed me. That's an opinion. Thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was clear he was there. That is true. The keycard and wallet were found there, which means he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. Yeah, it rang off once. If he counts like it stopping and closing as once, then once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it, that is true. The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask uniform. Yeah. And the blackmail letter, that's kind of opinionated, that's speculation. It's not a main contradiction. Zavari, therefore all the evidence. This cross-examination is the only chance. Somewhere there's a huge contradiction. All you can do is press them and you only get one shot. Oh! Oh! Okay. You know what's weird? This statement, and the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook. Why would he mistake the color of the jewel? If it's such an important thing that was stolen. It's literally everywhere. It's something, it's like a precious gem? The tear of Aminon? I don't think he would have mistaken that, you know? That statement is suspicious. Okay, I'm gonna flag which ones I think are suspicious. Okay, let's see. Statement 1 is fine. Statement 2, I don't know what's going on. But, you see, I want to press for more information, but this isn't exactly like a contradiction per se. It's just him making excuses. You know, he knew about the date beforehand, so I had the photograph ready. Let me think the statement through. I want to see if the facts check out. This is opinion, this is true, this is true, this is true.
This is true. This is also true. This one's suspicious, and that is an opinion. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. He just has stuff he has to do. He knew about the date beforehand, so I have to go back right. This calling card does not say the day it was supposed to be stolen. He knew about the date beforehand. You see, that's weird. He's claiming that the CEO got the color of the jewel wrong. If he got the color of the jewel wrong, and he really did mean to send this note to Ron, then how would you have known that Ron was supposed to go to KB security at 1 a.m.? That part does not show that. Oh, I did not mean to click that. Well, I guess we'll see. I was still thinking it through. Oh, his last cup. Ah! 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 That was a mistake. No! No! Go back! No! No! I can't go back! I can't go back! It's okay. I'll do this. Oh, no, 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 no! Ah! No! No! Okay. Don't mind me. It's updating. Oh, I might have to. Okay. Okay. Hello, I am back. Nothing happened. I did not accidentally press the button out of force of habit. Nothing happened. We're good. Mistaking the color seems like a major flaw in thinking, but don't let my thoughts slow you big time, just speculation. Honestly, I agree with you. I think about it a bit more. Because, like, it cannot be that you were just mistaken, like, such an important thing. Like, okay, first up, it's called the Tear of Animan. You would think tear would allude to a blue jewel. Not only that, but it's like something super big, you know? Like, I don't think bro would mistake the color. Like, he would know that he stole the Tear of Animan, and all he would have to do is look it up. Like, the fact that it's specifically red is very suspicious to me. Okay, let me go through these statements again. This is true. It's okay. At least my Switch got updated, so I guess we're good on that front. I had to leave to see. Okay. See, this part is a little suspicious, but like it's not really like it's just weird. But then this one wasn't a statement, so that eliminated one of the such statements for me. My brilliant deduction was what informed me. Yeah. This is the worst one, I think. The blackmail letter. You wouldn't just mistake. You wouldn't just, you know, cause it's the Tear of Animan. It's such a big thing. Like, you telling me you would like forgore? Mr. At me about that last remark. No. Oh! Wait. Ah! Okay. Wait, let me review what Mia said. Did Mia say I can press on exactly one? Or for the statements that are bad, I'm supposed to just immediately put evidence on it? Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to immediately put evidence. I can't press. I have to just go, whoop, here you go. Because if that is the case, then this opens up like another set of stuff to think about. Let me go to the end and see what Mia says again. All you can do is press him, and you only get one shot. Oh, so I can press. You can only press statement, no evidence. Yeah. Oh, right, because she did say we don't have evidence, but we have to just point out a contradiction. Okay. All right. I'm surprised. The two statements I thought were sus are apparently not sus. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave. I had known... Wait. I'm trying to piece through everything because he lied so many times. I'm like, what was the lie that we specifically called out again? Like, Oh, hello, Airblers. How are you? Thank you so much for redeeming the VIP. Thank you so much. I'll get that set up for you right now. Also, thank you so much for stopping by. How are you? Let me do a shout out for you. Here we go. How are you? I think he's pointing out Bullard's office. Yeah, Bullard's office. We have to establish that he was in Bullard's office. Yippee, yippee! Yeah, the Bullard's office part is a little weird. Very weird. Ooh! Ah, computer notice. Get out of here, computer notice. There we go. It should show up on your side now. I'm off to bed. I got work in the morning. Have fun. Oh, good night, Airblers. Take care, Russell. Stay well. Good night, and thank you so much for stopping by today. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Good night. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. He lied so many times. I'm trying to remember, like what was significant in his lies. Like, did he admit that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor? Because I remember, like, a few times back, he was like, we know that he wasn't stealing it on the night, and the photograph wasn't taken on the night, but then security. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. Let's see. Yeah, I had known about the date. My brilliant deduction was what informed me. I think it's the key card, which only said I once, but then did not have any fingerprints. Was wearing his mask, yes. I'm surprised it wasn't the one with the jewel. I really thought the one with the jewel would be like, why would he be needed elsewhere? Yeah, that's also what I'm thinking. Like, because if those two statements we thought were good weren't good, then it has to be on the earn side of things where something is wrong. Because then he was tasked. He was tasked to be at Lordly Taylor to do security. So, like, why did he suddenly bail? That is also a little suspicious. I myself am focusing on his second statement. Yeah, I think out of all of the remaining statements, since we know the other two weren't good, I think this is the next most suspicious statement. Because I tried this one and it wasn't, and then the rest is like either factual or it's like speculation. So speculation, and the speculation is like within grounds of speculation. Like it makes sense. So I think the most glaringly obvious one has to be the second one. I'm gonna close my eyes. Is it the second one? Oh, I don't like this. Oh! Oh yes! It is the second one! You know how in the beginning of this, I was like, oh, I want to figure out what he was doing instead of doing security? Like, what was so important? But, like, I'm afraid to press it in case it isn't. I'm just curious. I should have just been curious. Mr. At me about this last remark. Wait, what? Huh? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. What? I said this before. There's still one thing you haven't proven. What? I thought I got it. That the scum was in King Bullard's office that night. Oh no, I see. I was not focusing on that enough. I see the vision. Whoopsie. He was in Kane Bullard's office. It's gotta be something with alarm then. It's gotta be something with alarm. What if... Okay, I don't know if this is me overthinking it, but it only sounded once, he's saying. Is he counting once as the whole sequence of wah, 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 wah? Or is he talking about, like... Because if he's saying it only went wah, then that's not true. It kind of went meow, 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 like a few times. But then again, I think he means just the whole process of it only sounding once, because the buzzer record says it went off once at 1 a.m. So, according to the buzzer record, it did only go off once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it, that is true. I'm a little puzzled. The statements I thought were the most suspicious ended up not being right? What if it's like the most like seemingly opinionated statement ever? Both parties wear gloves, no prints. Yeah, that is true. He wears gloves, so it could be him. But then I'm wondering if it's the whole thing with like Ron being knocked out. Because the thing is, Ron could have also pressed the buzzer. He could have also pressed the buzzer. They both wear gloves. We did establish that he didn't have fingerprints on the urn because he was wearing gloves. What if it really is just the fact that which means the killer sounded it is a little bit too opinionated? Because then if we say no, it could have been anyone else wearing gloves that was there at the time. Is there anything else that kind of strikes more that he was specifically in that location? It has to be something with the buzzer, I think. Because we have to prove that he was there. Yeah. That's probably the only statement left, because the wallet and the card one is fine. Yeah, it's probably this one. It's probably this one, out of the remaining ones. Good night, Air Players! Take care and have a good day at work tomorrow! Good night! I think this is the only one. If this isn't it, I don't even know anywhere. Is it? The music stops every single time, and then I get hopeful. Really? What? You still don't get it, do you? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. What? I said this before. There's still one thing you haven't proven. That the scum was in... But I pressed on every... How do I get that follow-up? If I can't press on everything. That the scum was in his office. Dude? 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 I'm dying? Huh? Do I... But we don't have evidence. Is it the Lordly Taylor one? Was I cooking with the Lordly Taylor one where I was like, why weren't you at Lordly Taylor? That was your job. Didn't you say that you snuck past security? Wait, he did say he was like sneaking past security or something. And he was like doing security. Maybe that's the point. Because like, what statements are there left? The other ones are not strong. Is it the first one? Is it really just the first one? So many statements! Both parties wear gloves, no prints. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I gotta do a think. Alpha,
Can you refrain from telling me which ones are right and wrong until I press on them, please? Thank you. I want to find out for myself. We have a save file, so it's okay if we select it wrong. I'll just refresh it again. It just makes it a lot more fun when I figure out like the consequences of like the bad guess or if I get it right. Likely just mistook. All the evidence points to the... Is it really as simple as the last statement where it's like, therefore all the evidence points to that poor boy? You could be like, well, no, not all the evidence. Because remember, he was bonked out cold, so how could he have killed the guy? That could actually be the point that we're supposed to argue. Because that does also logically make sense. This might be a little bit stronger than the first one. Because this is quite opinionated. All the evidence points to the poor boy. It does not technically.
Objection.
What? Okay. Okay. Okay, I don't know anymore! Okay, guys, what statements are left? What statements are left? I'm so unsure of everything at this point. Right! I wonder if there's like a secret little thing you need to do. Because I feel like I went from the beginning to like the ones that seem the most logically based. But then there's nothing wrong with this keycard and wallet one. That is true, it was found there. And then the sounded once is true because we have the record. There's nothing wrong with the button didn't have any fingerprints because it didn't have fingerprints. I think I pressed on this one already. Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. That is true because he did claim in court that he was wearing the Damask costume. You see, I really thought it was like the blackmail letter. Alright guys, what statements do we have left? Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. So actually, false, because you were at Lordly Taylor at some point. Because you were at Lordly Taylor at one point, because I saw you there. Yeah, please don't help me. I want to figure out myself. Even if I have to exhaust all the options, I want to do the whole thinking process to see if I can get the point right first. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I saw you there. I saw you there. You were there. It wasn't the job. It wasn't the date. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. Because this seems like a prequel to his second statement. Because standalone-wise, this statement doesn't hold a lot of weight. Because it's like, my deduction informed me that the true culprit was Ron. Because Ron's keycard and wallet were found there. And the buzzer did only sound once. No fingerprints. He was wearing his Damask costume, which doesn't leave prints, which is true. The blackmail letter wasn't the case. All of it points to the poor boy. But this statement is so simple by itself, you know? I'm trying to remember. Did we ever reveal to this guy where we found the keycard in the wallet? We did. He was there. He was there on the previous court case. We said because the keycard and the wallet were there, it proved that Ron was at KD Security instead of the warehouse. So I think that statement's fine. Deduction from the buzzer, the button did not have any fingerprints, which left no prints, and the blackmail letter. Bro, what is there left? Ah!
excited, and this one's what's true, though. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. This just proves that he was there. It didn't prove that he did it, though. Because we did reveal to him that we found the keycard in the wallet at the place. So even though he wasn't technically at the place, he could have known, right? Did he listen to us when we said that? Because if he wasn't listening, then that's also very suspicious. He wouldn't have known the wallet and the card were there. But I'm pretty sure we said it in court yesterday when Atme was here. That the reason why... Wait! No, he left, didn't he? Didn't he leave at that time? Because I remember he was going through it, like, he was like, ha ha ha, he, ho ho ho. And then he left out. Then we were like, okay, I guess he's Master Mask. Then all of a sudden Ron comes in, and Ron's like, no, I'm Master Mask. And then I think that's when we brought up the wallet. So technically speaking, he wouldn't have known about the keycard in the wallet, would he? The statement by itself is true, but would he have known? I don't know. I don't know. I was also trying to make a deduction. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, two things I am thinking of right now. I'm thinking either he shouldn't have been able to tell the keycard and the wallet were there, unless he saw them. Because he didn't hear that segment. He was like outside when we established that he was at KB security instead, so he couldn't have done the crime. Because I'm pretty sure he was out of the room when that happened, so he wouldn't have known. Indeed, it is true that I was not a lovely Taylor. That's like not admitting. What if it's that? No, but please don't tell me, Alpha. I'll find out. I'll make a guess. I am thinking. I may be thinking at it from a different angle, from the wrong angle. Okay, I'm gonna chug my remaining caffeine. We will be getting some caffeine in. I gotta lock in. It really wasn't the blackmail one. That seemed the most obvious. Yeah, please don't tell me what it is. It makes it less fun if I get the answer right away. I know it's like a little bit hard when you know the answer and I'm not getting it, but like but thank you for not telling me so that I can also like enjoy the process too. The button did not have any fingerprints. That's me right now, Sketch. I'm like, but It is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. Okay, we did the job. We did the date. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. Wait. Let me look at the phrasing of that. I had known about the date beforehand, so... This is probably me reading too into the lines, but he kind of connected this bad. Like, his statements are a little vague. So he's saying he was not at Lordly Taylor, he went somewhere else. He knew about the date, so he had the photograph scheduled to cover his butt over at Lordly Taylor. Then his parent was informing me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. Are you saying the true culprit for the warehouse theft? Thanks to the keycard in the wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. No, he's talking about KB security now. I was only able to make a deduction. The button did not have any fingerprints. The victim would have left prints. Oh, this one's a hard one. I need to think of the evidence. We don't have evidence for this, but let me review what we do have. The thing though is like, who was there at 1 AM on the night of the crime? Who is... I mean, he could have forged it, so that was probably a forgery. Maybe I don't have to think about that.
feel like this is significant somehow. Maybe it's gonna be like a follow-up, because there's nothing going on with that one right now. Second heist. Oh, this one's a hard one. I'm not sure. Think. This is true. He was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. But you also have gloves! You are also wearing a mask-to-mask outfit, but on a different day. Wait, did I post on the last one? I think I did. The true culprit was Ron Delight. What deductions? Tell me your deduction. I'm pretty sure the deduction is the key card, though. The follow-up is the key card. Ah, this one's a rough one. I don't see the vision. I had to leave to see another visually important job request.
But you weren't a detective, sir. You're a blackmailer. Therefore, you're not qualified to make brilliant deductions.
It's gotta be the fact that he knows about the wallet, huh? Like the wallet and the key card. Because that proves he was in the office. Okay, because I need to prove that he was in the office. He is saying that he was not at Lily Taylor, but he could have been somewhere else. He knew about the date, the true culprit was Ron, and thanks to the key card and the wallet, it was abundantly clear he was there. We need to prove that he is in this location. So it has to be tied to things in the office. What is something here that you would only know if you were in the office? I don't know anymore. Rena's routed from so much statements I can't choose. Yeah, there's so many! I'm like, oh man, which one is left? Like, which one haven't I clicked? Let's see. The more I see his statements, the more I start overthinking, and the more I'm just like, I don't know. What if it's the wallet? Like, hear me out. What if it's the wallet? The fact that he knows, because he was out of the room, right? Like, he wouldn't have known. Closing my eyes, closing my eyes. No, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. It's the wallet then, it's the wallet then, it's the wallet, it's the wallet. I was like, I think it's either this or the wallet. So if this is wrong, then I think it's the wallet. It has to be the wallet then. Because he really did leave the room. I think. He really did leave the room when that happened. I thought he was just like... Yeah, I don't think he really was in the room when we brought up the wallet in the last case. Like, he was already out of the room.
Objection!
Is it not? Ah! Dude, what is there left? Okay, let's see what statements are left. Okay, what if it was actually just like the first one, and I just like skipped it? He has so many statements. Stop yapping, bro! None of this is helpful.
Objection!
This one's bad too. They're all bad. They're all bad. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so this might actually be one where I'm like very stumped. They'll probably follow up with it later and explain what it is, but I don't think I see it right now. But nobody tell me. I want to see the reveal for myself.
Alright, this is bad. This was bad. This was also bad. This was bad. This was also bad. But it did only buzz once. Yeah, it went off once. Wait. He didn't see the buzzer. He didn't see the buzzer record either, did he? I'm trying to remember if he was in the courtroom at this time. Because this could also be an incriminating statement, because how do you know the buzzer only sounded once if you weren't in the courtroom when we discussed the buzzer record? Unless you were actually there in the office. The button did not have fingerprints. That is true. That is the last statement I feel could be good. That would actually make a lot of sense. Wouldn't it be funny if it was? I mean, for like a completely wrong reason, but this was like one where I joked about earlier, and I was like, haha, what if... He never saw the buzzer record, did he? Because if he never saw the buzzer record, he wouldn't have known. He wouldn't have known it only sounded once. If there's like... If he wasn't there. Am I on the right, like, train of thought? I'm so beyond stumped, right? Like, I do not know.
Objection.
Okay, so that one's bad too? But that proves! He was there! He only... Okay, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. Alright, we will find out which statement is last, and we will have Phoenix drop the reveal, and I will see what the contradiction was. Yeah, I'm not seeing the contradiction right now, I guess. Okay, on to the next statement. Yeah, it's strange. Not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. Yeah. I think I clicked that one. Wait, this one could also be. But that's something we established in court, you know? But you could also argue that he wouldn't have known he was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit unless he saw him in that outfit. That's also another thing you could say. So if it isn't the other one, then this one. Because if you think about it, this one doesn't have direct evidence. The buzzer one technically did have evidence, where it was like, oh yeah, it only sounded once. But this one is more like an account. Like, like Mr. Delight is saying that he wore his costume, which is what I assume he's referring to. But it could also infer that he saw him there wearing the gloves.
Objection.
What? Dude. Wait, what? Wait, this one is it? Wait, the text is different. Mr. Atme, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. Yeah, because we don't have solid evidence for that. You would only know if he was wearing that outfit if you were there. Because to be honest, the blackmail letter didn't say that he had to show up as mask to mask. I thought we were just going off his accounts. Like, I thought we just all believed in Ron's testimony, but I guess we're following... I guess we couldn't assume that. Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atney? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit. Is that correct?
Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof.
More like your deductions prove that you're a fool.
I'm sorry, whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty.
When exactly did we learn the fact? Ron Delight was dressed as mask-to-mask when he went to the scene of the crime. Ah, there we go, there we go.
That was, it was just a few hours ago, back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare.
And he wasn't in the courtroom. Ah, that's the point, that's the point. He wasn't in the courtroom at the time, so he wouldn't have known. Ah, so did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, just never had a chance to mention it up until now. He was in the other room. That makes a lot of sense. That's right, the defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who had been watching this trial, and that could not have been him. Do you understand now, Detective Atney? There is no way that you should have known about that. Ah, you were in the next courtroom being tried as Mask to Mask. So then, enlighten us. How did you know about that piece of information?
Well, come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand.
Nah, that one didn't check out. There's chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Mask to Mask outfit. There was one and only one way for Detective Atney to have found that out.
Only one way, you say?
Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker.
Yeah, but the attacker definitely did. So there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atney. No, this statement does raise a lot of questions. It's with that statement that'll turn this case on its head.
Just what are you implying?
Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. And the real killer wasn't knocked out, so he definitely knows what he looks like.
Impossible.
I knew it! Detective Atney, you saw Mask to Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Wow, earthquake happening in the courtroom. Oh goodness! Oh, what's going on? Oh!
Take a good look, everyone, and able to find the genius. Here I am, the tragic clown.
That's the same line you gave yesterday. This case is like, who is the more Delulu? We got this guy, and we got Ron Delight. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atney, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atney tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty as Mask to Mask in order to escape his true crime, and to that end he came up with his plan, to use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Hey, excuse me.
I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title murderer.
Don't ignore me!
I didn't realize you were there.
Why wouldn't he be? How about the verdict?
I know, you never committed any murder.
That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Mask to Mask.
Huh?
So thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? Buddy, you're gonna get tried for all the other things you stole? By admitting that? What was it you said, double jeopardy?
Now that you mention it, I've been careless.
Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. Defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent. Then, Mask to Mask is really innocent? It would seem so, for now.
For now? Now then, this court finds the defendant.
Yay! Oh my gosh, that was the case! Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, or this is so good after all. You see, the thing is, I am still Mask to Mask. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Crane Channeling School? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. Steve Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. Yeah. Mr. Wright! I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much! No, wait, nothing really matters. Come on, just be happy already. Wyatt, you've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as mouse and mouse to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Master Mask. I did it all for one reason. For her. You mean your wife, Desiree? She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why you became Master Mask? Yes, but it's all over now. Pokemon can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick? Right. Really? Can we go back to the way things were? You'll be fine, and it can prove it. I can? I kind of wish you would check with me first. Mr. Delight, even if a bowl is broken, there is always a way to put it back together. Is it the urn? The urn was broken once. It's gotta be the urn, right? It can only be the urn. I think it's the urn. That trial took an arbitrarily long time to go through, and it was only case 2. Right? Like, like it was like tosses and turns everywhere. It was like, wait a second, we established this. Wait, no, this actually happened. And it was like, wait, what? We're getting taken through a loop here. We did it! Let's see. I think it's a sacred urn. Can you check? Yeah, let me double check if it's the urn. I want to make sure I do present the right thing to him. This one doesn't say. Maybe it's on here? To make sure I present the right thing to him. I'm pretty sure it's the urn. Because the urn is proof that something broken can always be put back together again. Oh, it doesn't say. None of the wikis say. I don't know. I think it has to be the urn though. Uh-oh, my computer's a little slow. Let me close this. Let me try my phone. I'm pretty sure the urn is the one that you're supposed to present though. Bum, 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 bum. Going on Reddit. Maybe I gotta be more direct. What object to present for Ron Delight? I'm pretty darn sure it's the urn though. Oh, maybe it'll be on this wiki instead. That was part 3 investigation. Now we go to part 4 trial. Bum, ba, bum.
Nice! Yeah, okay, it is the Sacred Urn. Cool. The Sacred Urn. Jessie was the one who found this. Desare, your wife, she's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Oh, there you are. Miss Delight. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. But, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Master Mask either. Miss Delight, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not gonna really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. See, my Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he had committed them, like a man. I just love a man who's so I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Well, I mean, that's one way to take it. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Jessie! Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy. Yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. Oh, I can feel my face going red. Pearl's like, excuse me? Do I need to slap you again? Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, congratulations. Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife in front of Mystic Maya. No, you gotta, I'll never forgive you. Never, ever. Phoenix found dead after case 2? So just as the case came to a close, so due to my cautiousness, Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together. But I know that's not true. I mean, just look. There's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. Aww! Da-da-dun! Oh, we got a maid cafe next time? Recipe for turnabout? What we cooking next time? Ooh? Baby! We're finished with case 2! Yay! Oh god, at the maid cafe! Do we get to see Miles Edgeworth working at the maid cafe? Do we get to see Miles Edgeworth? I hope Miles Edgeworth comes back from overseas and he works at the maid cafe. And we solve mysteries together. Cause as it should be, you know? No, sadly, aw, dang it! He's gotta come back from vacay, man. Yeah, we did it! But I think this is where I'll be ending for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to my Ace Attorney stream today. Today we finished up the last day of trial for case 2. Scheduled for next week on Saturday at around 8:30 to 9 p.m. PST. I might start a little earlier. I will let you guys know on the day of on Discord, but I will be working on the 3.4 story quest from Honkai Star Rail on Saturday, and on Sunday at the same time I'll be working on case 3 for Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. So yeah, that's what it's looking like. Yippee! But I'm excited to see why we're in a cafe next time. Unfortunately, no Miles Edgeworth. It would have been really cool. Of course, I was Miles Edgeworth cosplaying as Maya wearing the maid outfit dress. Yeah, he's just really good at cosplay. Like, he totally fooled me. I thought that was Maya. Good night, Bacon. Take your rest, all. Sleep well. Good night. Thank you so much for stopping by today. It was a good stream. Thank you, Alpha. I'm glad. Take your rest, all. Sleep well. Good night, and thank you so much for stopping by today. Thank you for the stream, Aurelia. Thank you for tuning in today, Kevin. Take your rest, all. Sleep well. Good night, and thank you so much for stopping by today, Poggy Woggy stream. Yay! I'm glad. Take your rest, all. Sleep well. Good night, and thank you so much for stopping by today, Sketch. Thank you. Yeah, new story in HSR. I will be rolling. I will probably roll like not at the start of stream, but like near the beginning of stream. I will be rolling for Finon and Sunday. I think my go-to plan is I'm going to roll for Sunday first and then Finon, and with whatever left over, I know I should get Sunday's Light Cone because like he's having his rerun, but I feel like because Finon's a DPS, he might need us a little bit more. So I'm still deciding on the Light Cone front, but I might be gearing more towards getting Finon's first to improve his performance. And just like update comes out in 2 weeks, right? Or am I tripping? I think it's a few days left, if I'm not mistaken. I just know Cypher's banner is going down in a few days. Congrats on solving the case. I remember it being a long one for me when I played it. Thank you so much, Nishiki! There were a lot of tosses and turns with this case. Right when you thought you had it, it's like, wait, what now? Huh? Like, when I was working on the first part, I was like, wait, this is like a really short case. Like, no way it's this short. And the murder was brought up, and I was like, wait, huh? Honestly, I liked seeing, like, I really liked seeing, like, Ron and Desir's reactions, though. They were, like, very sweet. I'm gonna miss seeing their interactions. Have a good rest of the day, night, and take care, everyone. You too, Nishiki. Take care. And have a good rest of your night or day as well. Bye-bye, take care, also. Sleep well. Good night, and thank you so much for stopping by today. For NAS1 and EU and HS2. Anime Expo, please have good signal so I can play HSR. Have fun when you go! Let me know how it goes! I hope there's good signal in there. Is there like a specific fandom of merch you're planning on buying there? It might be decent enough, but it'll be tricky due to a large amount of people trying to get a signal. Ooh. I'm thinking of the fake collab, which I think comes out July 11th. Ooh. I've never been to Anime Expo, but I heard it's a lot of fun, and there's like a lot of really big vendors, right? I just know, like, I just know that, like, my friend went once and then, like, lined up for, like, a few hours, and I was like, oh, are you in the venue yet? And my friend was like, no, I'm still lining up. I'm helping my friend at her artist table, so I won't be able to wander around and buy merch. Ah. Hopefully you'll be able to, like, get a break with your friend and you guys can swap out Mimi and then buy each other merch. But I hope you have a lot of fun, and I hope your friend also has a really good time there and makes a lot of sales too. But, yeah, that's a schedule for next week. If you guys are about to eat, I hope you guys have a good meal, and if you guys are about to sleep, bye, take care, sleep well, good night, thank you so much for stopping by. My friend when it comes to anime, someone's... Wait, what? Wait, did you make me into a photo card? Did you? I'd be so honored. No way, Sketch. No way. Wait, I'm so touched, Sketch. Oh. That makes me really happy. That's so sweet of you, Sketch. Thank you for drawing me. I'm buying a portable printer so I don't have to order photo cards ahead of time. Sketch, I will cry. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. I'm so honored. Thank you so much. That makes me really happy. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. That makes me really happy. Thank you so much, Sketch. Thank you for drawing me and for printing photo cards too. Really, a photo cards are real. That makes me really happy. Thank you. But yeah. But if you guys are about to eat, I hope you guys have a good meal. And if you guys are about to sleep, bye. Take care, Russell. Sleep well. Good night. And thank you so much for stopping by today. And I'll see you guys next week for HSR and Ace Attorney. Bye. Take care, Russell. Sleep well. Take care. And I'll see you guys soon. Oh, also, isn't it a holiday this Friday? I can't believe June is already over. That's kind of crazy to me. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, happy early Independence Day. That's on Friday. But if you guys have plans, if you guys have barbecue plans, I hope you have good plans on the 4th. Friday is off in the US. Yippee! That means I'm off. Yay! I can sleep in. Yes! Have a nice day. Thank you, you too, Alpha. Take care, Russell. Before we go for today, we'll be rating out. Today we'll be reading Satsure, who's playing Crystal of Atlan, so let's go over there and show them some support too. But take care everyone, and good night, and thank you so much for stopping by today. Bye, take care Russell, sleep well, good night, and thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time, good night! You know, I forgot to do my weeklies for HSR, so I might be on there for a bit before I sleep.